These women were hiding on the train tracks. When a train passed by, they scattered and ran into the fields. So they all got dirty, right? Initially, these female students were attending an extra math class, but instead of studying, they were busy with their own activities. Some were taking photos, making makeup tutorial videos, and others were happily eating. There was also a massage device on her stomach, making her even more relaxed. The other students were very sleepy listening to the teacher's explanation. Then, when Uni looked outside, she saw a marching band getting ready to go on a trip and cheer on the school soccer team. Uni looked very envious seeing other students able to go out, unlike her, who was stuck in this classroom. But shortly after, a car stopped next to the class and asked where the band bus was. Uni said they left a long time ago. It turned out to be the car that brought the band kids lunch because the driver had many other meals to deliver. Uni asked her teacher for permission to help deliver the food to the band team. Finally, the teacher gave them permission. But during the trip, this student ended up taking one of the band kids' lunches and eating it instead. Even one lunch became a scramble for all the students. The train arrived at the station that was actually their destination. But these students fell asleep, and when they realized and were about to get out, the door was already closed. It seemed the band members were so hungry that they couldn't even play the cymbals anymore. Everyone was wondering where their lunch was, which was being carried by the female students who were now lost somewhere. Finally, they walked to deliver the food to the right place. But while they were hiding, they almost got hit by a train. Luckily, they managed to avoid it. However, their clothes and food were all dirty, and some even put back the food that had fallen on the tracks. These female students were bathing in the river because they had just fallen into a rice field while bringing food for the marching band members. The marching band members, who were very hungry, ate voraciously, but one member found a stone in their food, and there was even one person who didn't get any. Uni pretended not to know, even though she was the one who ate it on the train. But for some reason, after eating, the marching band members all ran to the toilet. They all looked weak and sluggish, and some even vomited. Uni, who was one of the students delivering food to the band team earlier, received news that all the band members had food poisoning and were taken to the hospital. It is suspected that this incident happened because the band members got food poisoning. How could it not, when the food brought by the female students had fallen into the rice field, and some had put the food that had fallen onto the tracks? Since all the band members were hospitalized, Rama is the only member left because he didn't get any of the food. He has already announced that the band is looking for new members. But the students who registered are like this. Rama tried to explain that in their marching band, they don't need guitar and bass players. When Rama heard the female students laughing outside, he immediately scolded them and asked them to take responsibility because the food poisoning was surely their doing. Rama asked all the female students to join the band. Just at that moment, a math teacher they didn't like showed up. Then these female students seemed to have an idea. They ran towards their teacher. It turned out they all asked for permission to join the marching band. During band practice, these students ended up playing around. Even the trumpet was used as a tool to make bubbles from soap water. Truly mischievous students. There were even 2 rockers who wandered into the marching band practice. The band practice situation was really chaotic and uncontrollable to the point where all the instruments were in disarray. Rama, who is a senior here, looked very frustrated seeing the new prospective members in the band. Especially when an upperclassman who is a soccer player came and said he really hopes this band can cheer them on during matches at Pakasada Adana Bata at Tatainsa. But what can be expected from members like this? They can't even blow a trumpet. Everything is blocked and there's no sound. Rama finally invited these female students to do physical training first. But after just 2 minutes of running, these 3 women gave up and ran away from the training. In the next exercise, Rama gave each of these female students a tissue, and they had to keep blowing the tissue without letting it fall. This is that's all to train their breathing, but of course it's very challenging for them. However, there seems to be one female student who is very strong and easily blows the tissue. Their physical training continued non-stop, but in the middle of the training, a teacher called Rama. It was the math teacher who was not liked by the female students. The teacher said they joined the band just to skip math class, so don't expect much from them. It's true that none of them are serious about practicing. There's even one student whose only job is to tease the male students who are practicing soccer. They even ran away from practice just to eat crackers. But when they were about to dance, Rama scolded them. These female students are really naughty. The female students were ordered to suck on a bottle as hard as possible. Then they were also told to blow on a tissue for as long as possible so it wouldn't fall to the floor. Not only that, they also have to do physical exercises to strengthen their breathing and heart. The female students do this so they can play the trumpet. One of the students has already started to play the trumpet. Seeing the one with glasses becoming skilled, the other students are motivated and don't want to be left behind. But it turns out the one with glasses keeps improving. She can already play notes with a real trumpet. These female students continue to focus on practice. Those who initially joined the band just to escape math lessons now seem interested in taking it seriously. Even Uni and Rama, who used to always fight, are now willing to help each other. As time went by, these women became more skilled at playing music. But just as they were getting good at playing together, the original band members returned and wanted to take back the band. Hearing this, Uni and her friends, who had just formed the band, left immediately. Out of pride, they left without a word. The original band members had previously been hospitalized due to poisoning. But when they arrived outside the building, the female students all cried. They were disappointed that after all their hard work practicing, they were just kicked out. However, they did not give up. Uni and Rama planned to form a new band without any control from the school. Without delay, Uni and her new band immediately started showcasing their performance on the street first, and it turned out that many people liked them. Not stopping there, these female students also tried to enter a fairly large competition. Initially, many of the audience underestimated them, but when they started playing, everyone was astonished by the music they played. People who were about to leave now came back in to watch them. They eventually became more confident to perform and succeeded in making everyone like them.